So if you, like many of my clients right now, are considering a big move to a different state, you gotta watch this video. Today, we are gonna talk about all the things you need to plan for to make that move to a different state successful and enjoyable. That's coming up next. What's up, everybody? It's Matt Allen here with the Allen Real Estate Team. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch my channel. If you're new to the station, you know what to do. Just click on that subscribe button, hit the bell, and I appreciate you watching. Today's video I'm really excited about because it's extremely relevant in today's market. We've got a lot of buyers that are calling right now saying, hey, I am getting ready to move, whether it's from New York or Chicago or California. We're moving to Florida. We want a big change in our lives. What do we do to start? And that's a big question. And today we're going to go through all the kind of steps and things that I would suggest doing, starting with preparation. And preparation is going to be the key to this whole thing. If you're planning to move to Florida or another state, you want to give yourself a minimum of at least 90 days to plan this process. Did I mention about 90 days minimum? Keep that in mind, you guys. So the very first thing you want to do, if you haven't done so already, as some of my customers have already reached out to me, you really want to reach out to somebody who has experience in relocation. That I can't stress enough. If you're in the Central Florida area, if you're elsewhere, we can also find a referral agent for you that has experience in relocation, but that is going to be the key step. They're going to have all the information and all the things you need to prepare for. They'll get you set up on MLS so that we can start looking at houses and then going through some things you probably have not thought of throughout the process. So that's number one, get yourself a relocation expert. Now you can depend on a relocation expert, but I would also take it upon yourself to do some research. Depending on where you're moving to, let's say you're moving to Orlando, you really want to reach out to anybody you may know that's living in Orlando. If you're moving here for a job, reach out to employees. Find out some of the best areas to live in, something that makes sense for you. Share with them what your goals are for living. Is it a condo? Is it a townhome? Is it urban living? Do you want to live in the country with some space? Those things are important. We have all of those here in a very short distance from one another, but in order to find you the best location, one of the things I would suggest is start asking questions to as many people as you can. The other thing I would mention is social media is a key in this. There's lots of groups. Let's say you're looking for, you're an avid water skier. There's groups here in Central Florida that can tell you the best places to live that are close to some of the great ski lakes in the area. So that's important. Keep that in mind. So you've done all that research, and now is the time to plan the trip, either to Central Florida or wherever it is you're planning on moving to. A trip down to explore, look at houses, do your due diligence while you're here is vital in the steps. 3 to 5 days is probably ideal, although some people don't have that amount of time. 2 to 3 days will work, but you're going to be busy because when you're not looking at homes, you should be driving around. You're going to see where the supermarkets are, where the restaurants are. Do I want stores close to me? Do I not want them close to me? Do I want to live out in the country? Again, these are all things you're going to discover while you're here. Now, I get this question more and more often here lately. I don't have time to come visit. I want to make an offer on a house. Can you help me? The short answer is yes, I can help you, but do I advise that? And I have always and will continue to say I do not advise that. Buying a house sight unseen can cause just a myriad of issues. And I don't want to see those things come to light for you. My goal is to find you a house that you're happy with. And when we're talking about seeing a house sight unseen, the things you're not seeing is where the location of the house is, what's the neighborhood look like, where is it in location to anything else. So as much as I want to say, yeah, I'll sell you a house sight unseen, I would advise at least a short visit to the area so that you see and lay your eyes on where that house is. So keep that in mind. Now that you've made that site visit, you found that perfect neighborhood, and good news, there's a house in the neighborhood that has a perfect backyard. You took a look at it. It just went on the market. Probably won't be there very long, but it's something to consider and possibly make an offer on. There are a couple other things you really need to keep in mind throughout this process, because when you're moving down here, it's not just buying a house, you probably have a house to sell. So how is that going to play into it? And I have some separate videos on buying and selling a house at the same time. I'll go ahead and link it up here, no, over here, and then other things to keep in mind is planning for inspections. Am I going to be down here to do inspections? Am I going to be down here for the appraisal process? How am I going to close? How am I going to move down here? Have I contacted a out-of-state or across-state moving company? Now again, a lot of agents can help you with some of that stuff and will help coordinate it, but it's something to keep in mind. Things like schools. How am I going to get my kids registered for schools? Have I looked at schools? That's a really important thing if you're moving down here with children, is the school districts. How do they rate? Am I in the right area? So these are all things you really want to plan throughout the process. Initially in the beginning, did I mention you might want to plan early? The last thing to keep in mind, and I can't stress this enough, is don't stress. Enjoy the process. This is part of life, is moving. And if you're going to stress about the whole thing, why do it? You're going on an exciting adventure. You might as well enjoy the ride. If you have the right agent, they can help make this more of an enjoyable process for you. But plan, make sure you're enjoying it. Don't stress too much. We'll work through any issues that come up. Keep open communication with both the realtor, the mortgage company, the title company, whoever's involved in this transaction that's going to take you across state lines. And I really hope this information was helpful for you. If you have additional specific questions, as you know, just drop them down below. I love answering questions. I love comments. If you get a chance, just send me a quick comment. Just say, hey, I watched your video. That'd be awesome. Thanks again, you guys. We'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.